If you go on to enjoy the video, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing. It does really help me out a lot. And if you're into Funko Pops, I've just started a brand new channel dedicated to them. The link for that can be found in the description. And beat the random lottery that is FIFA points by buying the coins direct from u7buy.com. Use code TVM at checkout for a 5% discount, or if you're a new customer, get 8% discount. The link is down below. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to a brand new video. I have a couple of player reviews today, and hopefully some 6 PM content if EA drop another player. 90 rated Mesut Ozil. This was a no-brainer to do because on this account, I've just realised how many goals and assists he actually has. I've not included that many goals and assists in the review, and I don't know why. I've only just, I do apologise. You will see some goals and assists from him, but nowhere near as many as they were on the stats there. But only used him in rivals, no friendlies, no squad battles, nothing. So, yeah, interesting one. Like I said, or like I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by myself, it was a no-brainer to do this, really, because we've already done the Podolski on this account, so he links, nice strong link to Podolski. He's been upgraded quite significantly, actually, now that he's at his new club. Obviously, not really a usable card at 82. However, now at 90, with a 23 increase in pace, 18 shooting, 19 physical, 18 defending, 10 dribbling, 5 passing, and of course that massive weak foot upgrade with skill moves as well. 5-star, 4-star. It's almost a no-brainer that this card is now going to be great in game, isn't it? Maybe, possibly not. I want to know what see, I'm looking at the stamina. 21 points increase from the base card to this card. Only 83 though, which, you know, for the first half of the game is going to be fine. Late game will definitely cause you problems, especially if you play him as a cam. He was playing half centre mid, half cam. We played co-op in Rivals last night, trying to get rank 1 for the first time in a long time. Just purely because we just haven't played that many games recently. I've been playing a lot of classic match friendlies, not actually rivals. This card on paper looks a little bit spicy. 93 composure and dribbling, 96 ball control, 91 reactions. Agility and balance, always going to be, I mean, it's not low. It's sort of mid to high 80s. It's not terrible. It's just one of those, he's going to need 90 plus to feel like he's mid-80s. Does that make sense? Just because it's coming up from an 82. I am a firm believer in, if a card is like a low-rated, I don't know, silver or low-rated gold, and they get boosted up to these really high-rated gold cards, you are going to need them to be a little bit better than, say, for example, a card that comes out as a 91 from scratch. That's going to, I've worded that horribly, but I'm hoping you guys understand what I mean. So, for example, Mbappe is always going to feel better than Ozil, regardless of what Ozil stats go to, because Mbappe came out as an 89 or 90, whatever he is. And because Ozil's been upgraded, he's not going to come up to standard of that sort of mobility and agility and pace, even though he has it on paper. And I think that's just because of the way the game is and the way that the cards are coded, and maybe the way that the upgrades are coded. Maybe they're not as good as what the base versions of them are. I'm not saying every card is like that, but for the most part anyway. And it's no different for Ozil. Ozil doesn't feel as good, in my opinion, as he should do. He doesn't feel like a 90 rated card. We were talking about this when we were playing, because obviously, yeah, okay, we're playing to get rank 1, but essentially we were playing for me to get clips of these players and for us to have a feel of these cards to see whether they were good or not. At the time I was reviewing Simon as well, so you will probably end up seeing a lot of duplicate clips, but he won't be out until tomorrow anyway. I've got a few more games to play with him. But we were saying that if someone told me that this was an 84, 85 rated card, I would not question it at all. I would agree and be like, yeah, it feels like it, that's fair enough. But if someone told me it was a 90 rated card, I'd go, oh wow, I did not expect that, because he doesn't feel like a 90 rated card. He's just a little bit underwhelming. Not to say that he's a bad card, because I know a lot of people are going to get on my back for this. He's not bad. I didn't not enjoy using him. He was alright. He didn't do anything wrong. I just didn't really get that, not end game, but top tier quality feeling from him. Now, a lot of people may argue that he's not a top tier card. Just because he's 90 rated doesn't mean that he's going to be in that sort of tier with the likes of, I was going to say Ozil, with the likes of Mbappe and Ronaldo and Messi and all those type of players who do feel top tier. He's not really meant to feel like that, and you can argue that all you want, and that's fine. But if I'm paying 150, 60, 70,000 coins for this card, and he's 90 rated with some of the stats that he has, I'm expecting relatively big things. Now, he did score a lot of goals. His positioning was really good. His passing is pinpoint for the most part every single time. Obviously, I say for the most part because this game is what it is. That confused me, though, because 5-star weak foot, anyone? I don't have any faith in these weak foot upgrades when you have a... what is he? Is he 2-star or 3-star weak foot normally? I can't remember. Either way, if you've gone all the way from a really low-star weak foot up to a 5-star weak foot, I still have very little in the way of faith. He did score a couple of goals with his right foot, but left-footed players are notoriously bad on their weak foot. I don't know why. It's life, right? It is what it is. But unfortunately, his right foot let me down a few times. And I thought, well, hang on, doesn't he have a 5-star weak foot? And he did. And it confused me a lot. It really did. So when using him, I would still try and stop myself from using that weaker foot. I would always try and cut back onto the left foot. I'm not saying it's unusable. It just let me down a couple of times. And now I feel like, you know, I can't do it anymore. I don't know, it's a weird one. If you've used this card, by the way, feel free to let me know whether you feel like that. I've got there's a few cards actually in this game that happens with, you know, like, and it's the other way around as well sometimes, where a player has a very bad weak foot, but for some reason, he doesn't put a foot wrong. Rodrigo's base card for Leeds, that is a prime example. His weak foot is like 3-star, but it's stronger than his stronger foot. Honestly, I would prefer to shoot on his weak side than I would on his stronger side. I don't get it, it doesn't make sense. But there we are. This card is not a bad card, right? And I've given him square sort of level ratings across the board. Is he value for coins? In my honest opinion, if you've done Podolski, yes. If you've not done Podolski, no. Just don't bother, because there's not an awful lot of point. If they release at some point, if they release a flashback or foot birthday Mario Götze, then maybe it's not going to get a strong link, but a nice little soft link to him. And of course, there are plenty of other German players out there that you can use. Kimmich has a lot of good cards. Muller has a player moments card. And of course, that Podolski, like I said. And there's various others you could sort of link him to. So definitely a card that's not difficult to link, despite the fact that he has very bad league links. I just think it's going to be one of those for fans of Ozil, Fenerbahce fans, people who have done Podolski, everyone else. I think you won't miss an awful lot by leaving this card alone. You know, it's not one of those that you need to worry about doing, or you'll regret it later. You know, it's one of those that if you don't do it now, yeah, you might regret it in a day or two, but then eventually it'll sort of fade away and you'll forget he even exists, if that kind of makes sense. But if you have done it, decent little card, not bad at all. Yeah, I'm 50-50 on him, to be honest. I can understand why you would, and I can understand why you wouldn't. It's definitely one of those that I won't remember, but I'm sure if you've done it and you're a fan of him, you will get on with it and you will enjoy using him. It's just it's a strange card. I don't know. Let me know what you think of him in the comments. Like I said, I'm very much on the fence, but let me know whether you've decided to do it and whether you've enjoyed him, or whether maybe you're going to do it over time. Upgrades are out now, so it's not difficult to grind this. I mean, in terms of grinding it, yeah, value for coins is definitely there. But yeah, if you have enjoyed this video, though, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.